Allison, the protests in Baghdad turned deadly on Monday. There are reports that the Iraqi security forces fired live rounds on some of the anti-government protesters. Baghdad's really been rocked by these protests for more than a month now, but just in the last several days, they have really grown, with protesters trying to scale the bridges that would take them into the fortified green zone. There are also reports over the weekend that protesters tried to storm the Iranian consulate in Karbala and were fought back. These are a wave of anti-government protesters who are really fighting back against one thing: corruption in the Iraqi government. They see this government as having too much influence from Iran, and they want that to stop. Now, we've seen just in the past few days that the Iraqi prime minister has offered to resign, but there's really no structure in place for how that would happen. The president came out soon after and said that the prime minister would stay in place until there was a clear successor. But Parliament now needs to figure out exactly how that's going to happen. None of this has satisfied these protesters who've been continuing to come out in droves, thousands of them every single day. Sometimes the atmosphere down there is really like a carnival or a party, with people singing and dancing and music, even bringing their kids out. But then at times, groups of them, sometimes in the hundreds, become violent. While we were just in Baghdad recently, we saw video and we could hear some of the people throwing Molotov cocktails, starting enormous fires on some of the bridges. And now we know that over the course of the last 2 or so weeks since this latest round of protests began, there have now been a number of deaths in Baghdad. The Iraqi government not confirming these deaths, but U.S. officials who I spoke with said that at times they've been caused by tear gas canisters that have actually been fired into the crowds, and at times hitting some of the protesters directly in the head and killing them.
Hey, NBC News viewers, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down here, and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for watching.